Arr, Captain, there's refried bean and beef burrito boats on the horizon. What shall we do? Well, board them, of course, and then devour them, wash them down with some grog. Oh, well, that's just too delicious. All right, so these are really easy to make. We've got some meat in there. We've got some refried beans, cheese on top. Pop them in the oven. Look at that. They come out all golden and creamy, delicious with the cheese and Let's go in the kitchen and make some right now. All right, here's all the ingredients we need for making our refried bean and beef burrito boats. Now, first of all, we have onions. We have one onion finely chopped, not so coarse, going for a bit on the fine side, and 2 tablespoons of oil. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to get that oil heating up right away. So in it goes into a fry pan. Bring that up to medium heat. We'll let that oil warm up just a little bit, and then we're going to put in the onions and start browning it. Let's go over the other ingredients. What we have here is 1 pound or 450 grams of ground meat, beef, pork, or my favorite beef pork mixture. Any one's good. What we have here also is a 15-ounce can of refried beans, 1 pound of cheddar cheese, or 450 grams of cheddar cheese grated. We've got 8 or 1 package of those Stand N Stuff boats from El Paso. And we have here 1/4 cup of the taco sauce, that you can get in the bottle for putting in your tacos. We have 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of salt, and here 1 tablespoon. In my case, I'm just using vinegar. You can use vinegar, lemon juice, lime juice, anything that's kind of acidic like that. But I find, hey, got no lemons or limes? Throw in some vinegar. It's just as good. All right, that oil has come up to heat, so let's get the onions in there. All we're going to do, we just want to let's kind of get the onions softened a little bit more than anything else. So we're going to soften them up in there. While they're cooking, let's get our meat ready. So into a little larger bowl, I'm going to toss in all the ground meat. And then in goes the chili powder, the cumin powder, or ground cumin, I guess, the salt, and the vinegar. And now I'm just going to mix it. Let's just get the cheese out of the way here, with that over here. And all I'm going to do is, again, with that kind of a cutting motion, just cut through and mix it in. It doesn't have to be perfectly mixed because you're going to be cooking it, and that's going to mix more in as you turn around in the cooking. So just kind of get that mixed in. Chop, chop, chop. Away we go. All right, let's got our beef ready to go. We're cooking these onions for about 5 minutes, so we've got a little bit more time. Just every once in a while, give them a little stir. Already smelling like a good smell of cooking onions in here. Now over here we have that 1 15-ounce can of refried beans and a 1/4 cup of taco sauce, and we're just going to mix that in. So I just make a little well in the middle, pour in the taco sauce, and then mix it in. So chop it into the refried beans. So it just adds a fantastic flavor to the refried beans, so you get this taco sauce mixed in with it. Yeah, a little bit over the edge there. Good, good. All right. Get that mixed around, blended. Again, as with everything that especially in this recipe, it doesn't have to be perfectly blended. That's looking good. Okay, so we've got our meat ready. We've got our beans ready. Let's have a taste of those. Oh yes, and our onions are coming along nicely. So I shall see you in a couple of minutes. All right, those onions have been cooking for about 5 minutes. They just get a little golden, a slight translucency, so they've softened up. They're perfect. Let's add the meat, or the meat mixture. It's just full of spices and goodness. All right, we'll get that in there. And now all you're gonna do is just mix it around and also get the onions mixed in. Just kind of lift and toss the onions over. Get them mixed in. What we're going to do now is we're going to cook this mixture for 10 minutes. Just going to brown that meat nicely and keep mixing it. So we're getting the onions mixed in and kind of breaking up. You know, the hamburger always kind of sticks together for a little bit. So what we want to do is just kind of break it up as we go. Get the onions mixed in, get it browned. I shall see you in 10 minutes. Right, that mixture has been cooking now for about 10 minutes, and I've just been going around and kind of chopping it up, flip and turn, and look at this, all beautifully brown. It smells great. So let's take them off the heat. And now I've already arranged the burrito boats inside this 13 by 9 casserole dish of mine. They just fit perfectly in there. First thing we're going to do is we're going to line the bottoms with this mixture here. And I find the easiest thing to do is to use a regular old spoon from the table. And just spoon it in there. So let's spoon that in. All right. Now we've had the refried bean mixture divvied up amongst the boats. Next in goes the meat. I just use the same spoon. Just be careful if you're, if you got a Teflon pan or something like that, which I hate those things, that you don't scratch the bottom. Use a plastic spoon if you have to. And first we've got some beans on here, so they're gonna be sticky, so we're gonna get those off there. And in goes the meat. Just kind of, again, divvy the meat up amongst the boats. Now at this point, just kind of press down into the boats. Remember, what's the room on top of the cheese? We have a lot of cheese. Now I find that depending on the boats, and see, we've got a couple here that kind of came collapsed in the package. Depending on the boats, sometimes I don't end up using all that cheese, but basically yes. And there's some left over, you know what I do with it? That means tomorrow morning, cheese with my eggs. Yum. All right. Those boats are ready to go. Now, the cheese. Cheese. Get your hands in there. All you want to do with the cheese is kind of spread it across and push it down in like that. Just get a bunch of cheese, push it down into each boat. A little bit spill over the edge, doesn't matter. All adds to the great flavor. Notice I'm just piling the cheese in here. That's going to melt down in a bit, so just pile it on there. If some of it overflows a bit, really doesn't matter. It's quite delicious as is. Oh, it looks like I'm not going to have any cheese for my eggs tomorrow morning. Oh well. Can always cut up some more. There's always cheese in our fridge. All right. Well, the oven has been preheating at 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. These are going to go in the oven now for 20 minutes until they're just bubbling on top. And then it's refried bean and beef burrito boat night. All right. The burrito boats have been 20 minutes in the oven. Look at that, the cheese is lightly browned on top. It's sunk down into the boats. It's a little bubbling underneath there. Absolutely delicious. So, let's serve one up. Now the thing is, I would take just a kitchen knife or one of my, you know, those little icing spatulas I have, and just go along here and just free them from each other, because that cheese is just like a glue. So I'm just gonna cut along there and separate the boats. Now kind of going around the edges here. The cheese is stuck, just kind of run around quickly. Get those off. Let's serve one up. Now, it's a good idea usually to let these sit about 10 minutes if you even try to serve them. But for the sake of brevity, let's get one out of there right now. So I'll just ease underneath here. And there we go. All right. There we go. A refried bean and beef burrito boat. Now, if you go to the link appearing on the screen, you can get the free printable recipe for refried bean and beef burrito boats from our website. So go print out the recipe, have fun making and eating these delicious little boats, and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.